Folks, I don't even know what to say on this edition of Moments of Damn because my heart is just broken, breaking. This week is the first week of school for a majority of public school students in America. Today, right, as I record this on September 4th, is the first day of school. And there's been a shooting. 2 people are dead at Appalachia High School in northern Georgia. And students have been evacuated. And once again, images of a high school in America with crowds of children running to safety after their parents and buses dropped them off. But what? A few hours ago? The only time that we haven't had a school shooting since Columbine, the only time when there wasn't at least 1, 2, 3 plus more school shootings was during COVID. And why was that? Oh, because there was no school. The only other time that you hear that there are no school shootings is over the summer, when kids are out of school. Otherwise, it is the norm in America that you're sending your kids to school and you don't know if you're going to see them when they return. More children die from gun violence in this country than from disease. That is obscene, because you know what? Diseases, unfortunately, can't be stopped. But children dying in their classrooms absolutely fucking can. But there is no will. Instead, what have we seen in some of the states that have had horrible school shootings? Well, in Tennessee, after the shooting at a religious school, what did they do? Oh, they made it easier for people to be able to access guns. Oh, you can just leave them in your trunk. And then what happened in Tennessee? Oh, car thefts went up because people were allowed to leave their guns in their cars and open carry. If having more guns and access to guns made us safer, then America would be the safest place on the fucking planet, because we have more guns in this country than we do people. I don't understand a nation that allows its children to die in their classrooms. I don't understand a nation that underpays its teachers but expects them to carry weapons of war in order to protect their students because our representatives refuse to do so. You can't go to school. You can't go to church. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to a place of worship. You can't go to a parade. You can't go to a concert. You can't go to the movies. The list goes on and on and on. Yet in other quote unquote industrialized nations, the minute that they have an act of gun violence that takes place, a mass shooting that takes place, do you know what they do? They take action. They take away assault rifles and weapons of war. Do you know that there are countries in the world that don't even have their police officers carry guns? Folks, I don't get it. But I will say this. I am one of the childless women that J.D. Vance talks about. And I can't imagine what it is like to have school-age children that you're taking pictures of on the first day of school, that you're wishing for them and sending them off, and then not being able to pick those same kids up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And there is not a parent, not a caregiver, not a person with a goddamn heart that thinks that this is okay. I don't care if you are a gun owner and love the fucking Second Amendment. I really don't. Because our right to exist free and safe in this country should be just as important. And yet it's not. You know what Donald Trump said the last time that there was a shooting? Oh no, not his quote unquote attempted assassination. But you know, the last time that there was a mass shooting, he said, just get over it. That's what you tell the American people, just to get over it. Allow violence, gun violence, to just be your norm. Just shrug it off. At the Democratic National Convention, victims of gun violence were center stage. I was there at the United Center, listening with tears in my eyes to the mother of the 10-year-old little girl that was shot dead in her classroom in Uvalde. White officers twiddled outside, deciding not to go in, hearing the screams of children. I don't understand still how the fuck that happened. And yeah, I am cursing because I am angry. And I want us all to have this level of sustained anger as we move to the polls in November. Because we deserve better. Our children deserve better. They deserve to feel safe and secure in their place of learning. And Republicans in this country have robbed them of that safety. And don't talk to me about, oh, well, Joe Biden is the president. Yeah, and you know what? We have a divided Congress, which is why it is so important this November that we vote Democrat all the way down the ticket so that we are able to deliver Harrison Walz a Democratic Congress so that we can get things done, so that we can do, as Michelle Obama said, and do something. Because you see, the Republicans in Congress would rather change out their flag lapels for AR-15s because that's what they worship. That's what they pledge allegiance to. They don't pledge allegiance to this country and to democracy. They don't believe in community or the future of our children. They want mass violence and mass destruction because that's what will allow them to usher in the type of authoritarian dictatorship that they want. Folks, we have choices. We have choices to make. And it cannot be more clear. On the first day of school, our children should get on those school buses excited and happy, and they all should be able to come home to tell their families and their loved ones and their friends about their day. There should not be what we are seeing right now on TV screens and that it will be printed on the cover of newspapers tomorrow, which is 2 dead at a high school. That should be unacceptable. The only way that we change it is if we deliver Democrats to Congress, to both the House and the Senate, and get those Republicans out of office. They do not care about our children. They do not care about the rule of law. They do not care about our country. It is time that we make a change because our children's lives, their futures, are depending on it. That is it for me today, dear friends, on your moment of damn. As always, power to the people, and to all the people power. Please vote.